right, I'm coming.
What is it?
If it's the police, I'll kill you. Carly, will you hurry up and get ready for school? You'll be late.
Morning, rise and shine. What are you doing here at this time? It's after 8 o'clock. I thought you'd be well up by now with the kids. Come on, Jace, get changed. Let's get on with it.
Candy, come on, girl.
You see the timing? How could you have slept in today? Hey.
Oh. Oh, have you thought about what you want doing yet?
Yeah, we'll just have the water switch back on, thanks.
No, it's your choice.
I don't believe this. When did we last sleep inland?
Is that kettle ready yet? I'm gasping for a cuppa.
One with, one without, remember?
Oh, I love.
I mean, think about it. It's gone 8.
Yeah, that's why we're all rushing about like blue-tailed flies.
Everybody slept right through, hasn't he? Our Wells, eh? 12 hours, solid.
I don't remember hearing him.
Exactly. 12 whole hours. Till 8. Clever lad.
Oh, well, congratulations, Jimmy. Now, can we get a move on them, please?
Is Dan gone?
Yeah, just missed her. Ollie, I wanted to show you
Oh,
something.
there's that builder who left the water off at the office.
Ellen has had a letter.
Yeah,
I think it...
just hang on a minute, Louise. Excuse me. Are you the same firm that was working at the solicitor's office on Brookside Parade yesterday?
Yeah, that's right, mate. Do you want to ask them to do?
I'd settle for you finishing the job at Miss Kidson's. You've left a secretary without any water.
Just hang on a minute, just a sec.
Dad? Got complaints here. How many times have I told you we don't have complaints? Only breakdowns in communication. Yes, mate.
I'm sorry to disturb you.
It's about the solicitor's office.
Oh, yeah.
I happen to be Miss Kidson's partner, and as she's away on business, I'd like to ask you what plans you have for finishing the work at her office.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. We had an emergency and had to rush off.
Yes, I appreciate that, but when are you going to finish the job?
We'll be around first thing in the morning. How about that?
Well, apparently that's what you said to her secretary yesterday, and here you are first thing on another job. I mean, don't tell me this is an emergency.
Hey, it's an emergency as far as I'm concerned. And me.
See?
Yes, but nevertheless, there's a young girl trying to work in that office without proper toilet facilities. She can't even make herself a drink.
I know, but there's only me and the lad, and we are pushed. This lad haven't got any water either. First thing in the morning, I promise.
Look, I'm sorry, but that's just not good enough. I mean, what is the point of taking on so many jobs if you can't finish any of them properly?
Right, I'll tell you what I'll do. Drop what you're doing, son. Get round there. Fix the waste pipe and get the water back on.
Right, Dad.
Hey, aye. What about us?
You said you'd fix our water today.
I can manage that, love, no problem. Is that good enough for you?
It's fine, thank you. And, well, perhaps that will be the last breakdown in communications.
You can't please some people.
Yes, well, you won't please us if you don't get that water on today.
There we go, son. That should replenish the brain cells.
Oh, cheers, Bing. Thanks a lot.
Look, I'm popping over to Molly's in a minute. I just want to make sure everything's all right after the funeral. You know, what I don't understand is why you're having to go through this all. I mean, doesn't your interest in Papa Brookie exclude you from being able to claim?
Yeah, well, it would, but as I don't have an interest in the bar anymore, I'm no longer a man of independent means, am I?
But how's that happened? Has Jacqueline bought you out?
No.
Oh. Well, has she sold your interest to someone else, then?
Something like that.
Look, Ron, you can tell me to mind my own business if you like, but has something gone wrong at the bar? I know you and Jacqueline are not on the best of terms, but...
Well, you could put it that way. You see, Bing, the thing is, my beloved daughter has decided that she no longer needs me. In spite of everything I've done for her. Practically pauperising myself.
But she can't just abandon you, surely. You gave her a house and everything to help her out.
Yeah, well, that's all diddly got to her, Bing. That's why I'm sat here at your dinner table, filling in all kinds of stupid forms I can't make head and tail of, before going down and throwing myself on the mercy of the social. Now, I'm afraid looking after number one is what's important to our Jacqueline, and I can rot as far as she's concerned. Anyway, mate, you get yourself off to Molly's and I'll finish this. I want to get down to that office before closing time. Otherwise, I won't be able to pay your rent this month.
There you are. You're a good boy, aren't you, eh? Mum, you got a pair of black tights I can borrow? Mine are all in the wash, you're knackered. Yeah, the drawer thing. Oh, it's good that he's slept through before, isn't it? Yeah, well, I think he knows. I've got to get me sleep now. I'm going back to work. See you You look a bit smart, don't you, to do a shift in a chip shop?
Well, I don't see why I shouldn't try and look okay just because of we're away.
No, not at all. I just thought you might be planning on going somewhere afterwards, you know.
Right. I think these ones are all right if you don't mind me borrowing them.
No problem. So are you?
I'm a what?
Are you going somewhere or meeting someone?
Like Peter, you mean? Well, I don't think that'd be a very good idea, do you? Anyway, he probably won't be around much longer now. Now he's got his money back, he'll be heading for New Zealand, he told you, didn't he? Right. Better hurry Kylie up for school, we'll be late.
But I know it's a reply from Eleanor's contact at the prison service about Marcus.
You can't open it. It's Eleanor's personal mail.
I know she wouldn't mind.
Louise, you know no such thing. Lots of her clients are in prison. It's part of her job to deal with prisoners' affairs.
I know that this is about Marcus.
Yes, well, whatever it is, you can't open it.
Don't tell us, don't they?
Yes, well, this has got nothing to do with Dan. It's private.
Well, have you got Eleanor's mobile number?
Yes, but it's for emergencies only. And this isn't an emergency.
Oh, Ollie, please.
Look, you'll just have to be patient. Wait till Eleanor comes back.
When will that be?
Well, that depends on how her case goes in Derby. I'll see you later.
Hi. Oh, hi, love. Well, so you've got the builders in? Oh, at last. It's been major having no horse, you know, with Kylie and the baby. Jimmy tried to fit a new washing machine last week and made a right mess of it.
Well, it's taken a week to get the water put back on.
Well, we're a bit hard up just now, you know, so... I mean, things will be better when I go back to work next week.
Oh, you're going back so soon.
Yeah, well, we need the money, you know, with Jimmy at college. Anyway, how are you?
Oh, I'm fine.
Yeah, well, I saw Julie yesterday, you know, she said you were feeling better. And then she told me a little secret.
What?
You know, about going on the motorway with Julie driving.
Oh, that, well, let's just keep it between ourselves, shall we? Must go mad.
Oh, right. See, love, John.
What were you talking to Jackie Corkill about?
Oh, for heaven's sake, Matt.
Well, I hope you didn't get carried away again and let things slip.
I promise I won't make the same mistake again. Anyway, Julia seems to have told all about our driving lesson. She seems to have kept her word about the adoption.
Oh, well, thank God for that. But you've got to keep reminding her, you know.
Well, you can tell her yourself. She'll be here in a moment.
Well, it's not her day, is it? Well, I'm going out.
Oh, you can't do that. I promised her you give her a driving lesson.
I beg your pardon.
I need someone to assess how she's doing. Make sure I haven't got her into any bad habits.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I've got things to do.
Oh, Max, you can spare an hour or two. It's so important to her. And it gives you a chance to have a chat with her. Make sure she realises that what I told her was in confidence.
There we are. Ooh. Do we have one of these gorgeous chocolates with our tea?
Not for me, thanks, but you go ahead.
You really shouldn't have, you know.
Well, it's been a pretty rotten week for you. I thought I might cheer you up.
No, that was kind. I am sorry about the mess. I was just sorting out my mother-in-law's things. I can't possibly keep it all, you know. Oh. I was just going through these photographs when you knocked. That's Norman and I on our last holiday together.
Ah, good-looking man.
Yes. Norman had just retired. We were having a wonderful time. It was like falling in love all over again. I can't believe he had less than 12 months to live when this was taken. It was such a shock when he died. It was so sudden. I just didn't expect to be left on my own so soon.
No. I suppose when you think about it, the future can be quite a frightening prospect.
I've got this horror of ending up like my mother-in-law. She outlived all her friends, even her own son. She had nobody except me.
I'm in a similar position. There's only Patricia, and she's got a new life going for her in Canada.
You've still got Jean.
Hardly. That marriage is completely over, I'm afraid. Things started going wrong even before we came back to live in England.
Oh, I didn't know you'd lived abroad.
Yes, when I retired, we sold up, moved over to Mallorca. We were there for 5 years. Missed all our friends and family, of course. Managed to get thoroughly bored with each other. But in a beautiful climate. Big mistake, the whole thing. And so it was Jean's idea of a round-the-world trip.
You must have retired, didn't you?
I was 53.
Pharmacy must be a well-paid profession. I mean, retiring to Mallorca, around the world trip. Good heavens.
That trip, would you believe, was paid for out of a shared win on the lottery.
The lottery? Gosh, I didn't know I had a friend who was a millionaire.
Oh, if only. No, nothing like that, I'm afraid. No, it was a comparatively small win.
But you're not going to tell me how much?
It really wasn't very much, Molly. And as I say, it had to be shared with a couple of rather reluctant neighbours, as a matter of fact.
Still, it must have been a fair win to fund a round-the-world trip. How exciting.
Not particularly, and most of the money's disappeared now anyway.
Oh, that's a shame. I mean, if it had been a big win, it could have kept you in all the comforts you needed, couldn't it? Still, I don't expect somebody as sensible as you would rely on luck to provide for his retirement. I mean, you must be fairly well sorted out, mustn't you?
Chance. I just didn't see the lorry.
I don't want to drive with you again. I think you should book some proper lessons, and I also think you shouldn't go out with her either.
Please, Mrs. Farnham, just give me another chance. All I want to do is to pass my test.
Don't let him go upsetting you. Of course I'll keep teaching you.
You're joking.
It's a well-known fact that most men can't even begin to teach a woman they know how to drive. They turn into bullies and know-alls. So don't go getting upset now. Go home, reread your books, and I'll give you another lesson just as soon as I can manage.
Thank you, Mrs. Farnham.
So, then you came out of retirement and bought your franchise?
Yes, it was a bit of a gamble, I suppose, but touch wood, seems to have paid off.
I'd love to have a proper look round.
Yes, of course. Any time, I'd be delighted. I really am rather proud of it.
Isn't it a bit of a worry, though?
No, not really. There's no major competition in the area, and business is booming.
Well, I mean, well, what if you were sick? Maybe you had to give up the franchise. I mean, could you manage? Have you got a pension that you can fall back on? I know you said that your lottery money had gone.
Well, I'm sure I'd be able to manage. Oh, yes. In a modest sort of way, of course.
Life would be a lot easier, though, wouldn't it, if we all had a wealthy partner to share our retirement with?
No, I'm afraid I don't agree, Molly. I think having a soulmate is far more important. No amount of pensions or insurance policies is any substitute for real companionship.
Yes, I suppose you're right. Well, I know you're right.
Hi.
Hiya.
I assume that racket upstairs is Dan.
Yeah, he's just having a shower.
Well, all this looks very organised. I was expecting a boil in the bag supper.
I've taken over on Danny's hot chili stir-fry. He printed me up an idiot's guide.
Can I do anything to help?
No, I can do it.
Look, if this is an attempt to persuade me to let you open that letter, then it won't work. You'll find out soon enough. You don't need to know this minute. Now, I know you're keen to know where Marcus is, but you won't have to wait much longer. When Eleanor gets back from Derby, which is...
I've opened it. I'm sorry, but it's been bugging me all day. Look, I'm prepared to take 100% of the blame. You can tell Eleanor you knew nothing about it.
Louise, how could you? And you most certainly will tell Eleanor that this had nothing to do with me.
I will, honestly.
It's not funny.
I'm not laughing. Not really. It's just, well, you can be very pompous.
Yeah, well, go on, then. I know you're bursting to tell me. Where is he?
He's still in prison, in Kirkham. It's an open prison near Preston.
Right, so what's your next move?
God, I'm only just coming to terms with knowing where he is. Next move is to write to him, see if he'll let me visit him, I suppose. Scary, isn't it?
Hang on a minute. You say she was asking about your pension plans?
Yes?
Oh, well, that's it, isn't it? I told you I knew it. Left on her own in a crummy little terraced house without two halfpennies to rub together. You don't really think she was looking for romance with a fella your age?
Yes. Why not? It's perfectly possible.
Oh, come on, Ben, give over. Being a bit naive. You've just got to face it, mate. We have made complete pillocks of ourselves. Trying to get off with the rich widow. And I'd have known we'd get taken apart. It's a cruel world out there.
No. No, I'm sure that I couldn't have misjudged her character so badly.
Oh, I can't say I blame you, mate. I mean, she's a good-looking woman after all, we'll give her that, but... Oh, come on, Bing. Surely even you can see she was more interested in your financial arrangements than your witty repartee. Tell you what, you'll find that out when she comes round to inspect your petrol station.
I'm getting very fond of her, Ron. I hope to goodness you're wrong. Anyway, how'd you get on with your form?
Don't talk to me about that. I spent hours filling that thing in, and what happens? They knock off at 3:30 on a Friday afternoon. That's typical, that. I worked me guts out answering all the stupid questions just to get what I'm entitled to. And what did they do? They have an early dart.
Thanks, kid.
I don't know he has the nerve to take that attitude. I mean to say, he's made mistakes, hasn't he?
We all have, Julia. That newcomer here was one of them.
What was that, Jimmy Corkill? You're not defending Max Fan, am I?
Oh, Julia, I never thought the day would come, but I actually feel a bit sympathetic for poor old Maxie. I mean, I know he's done some daft things in his time, but I don't think even he deserves to have to teach you how to drive. Now, what are you having?
I'll have a sausage supper. And if I wasn't so desperate to get something solid inside me, I'd have taken my custom elsewhere. And I don't know what you think you're laughing at, madam. Mind you, I'd expect that from you with the amount of compassion you've shown people lately. Uh-huh. That got you thinking, didn't it?
I'll give it a rest, Julia. You don't know anything about it.
Oh, don't I? Well, just let me tell you. I know...
Oh, Julia, I don't think this is the time. Are you having peace with this, or what?
Yes, please. But you won't stop me having me say. You don't have to work with that poor lad day in and day out. You've broken his heart and bankrupted him and all with all that money that he lost.
Hey, that had nothing to do with us.
Oh, yeah, well, I've got my own opinion on that kettle of worms. Do you know what? I'm ashamed to call you family, Lindsay Corkill. How much do you want?
£2.
We all got to love Peter at the salon, all his co-eds. We've never seen him so unhappy. All he can talk about now is getting away from here as soon as he can. He's even talking about migrating. God love him. And that's all your fault for going off with a ne'er-do-well like Barry Grant when you could have had one of the nicest lads you could ever meet in a day's walk. So, think on Lindsay. You've broken his heart, the poor soul. But then, he's not the only one you've hurt, is he? Not by a long shot.
Well, I tell you, that was lovely.
It's a thank you. The thing is, Max, I want to thank you for everything you've done this last year, since the accident.
Oh, well, there's no need.
Oh, there is, of course there is. Most of the time I've been out of my mind, and you've supported me through everything. After the accident, when I was so upset I wanted to do away with myself. When I couldn't bear to part with the children's ashes.
I only did what anyone would do.
You've been wonderful. All those tests and going to the hospital, all these months with Jackie. You've even put up with me insisting you give Julia driving lessons. Most men would have walked out on me by now, I'm sure. Must have been awful what I put you through. I gave you nothing in return. Just constant bad moods and manic behaviour. I'm sorry.
There's no need to say sorry. We got there in the end, eh? New baby on the way.
Doesn't mean I'll ever forget Matthew and Em.
To our children. three of them?
All of them. Oh, I love you. For everything you've done for me.
Well, it was worth it to see you happy again.
And I want you to come to bed with me.
Oh. What about the rest of the meal?
I love you. I really do. Jimmy?
Lindsay, what's up? Are you satisfied now?
Why? What's the matter?
Well, everyone hates me now, don't they? Oh, they all think the sun shines out of Peter, and I've made him so unhappy.
Have you seen him?
No. But I've just had Julia in the chippy telling me exactly what she thinks about me.
Julia? Well, you don't listen to her, love.
Well, she's right, isn't she? I mean, Peter's such an easygoing, happy man. Everyone loves him. And I'm driving him away. I wonder what they're thinking. I should go. I'm the cause of all the problems. I mean, what's he done except let me make a fool out of him?
And all this is because Julia Brogan's been shouting him out off. Listen, love. If I'd paid attention to all the gossip there's been about me and your dad, I'd have left here ages ago. And on my own, probably. But you've got to hold your head up, you know. Don't let the likes of Julia Brogan decide how you're going to live.
You've stood by me, Dad, I know that. But why? I mean, he's done everything people have accused him of and more. And we just say the family must stick together. To hell with a lot of them. But I care what people think. And I can't bear the thought of everyone hating me because of what I've done to Peter. I mean, who around here would give a monkeys if they never saw me again, eh? Go on, who?
Well, I think your dad may be pretty unhappy about it.
Exactly. The family, that's all. I had a chance to be really happy with someone who everyone thought was great. And what did I do? I made him miserable. Well, that's a great achievement, isn't it? To turn everyone against me.
Have two innocent men been sent back to prison for murders they didn't commit? A trial and error special re-examines a case that's confounded legal opinion. Tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Well, next, 4's Friday Night of Comedy begins, starting off with Ellen.